Ever since I posted my first video on YouTube, people have asked me to start a speedrun series. Speedruns are an extremely common format here on Chess YouTube, where creators will play on an old account that is artificially starting with lower rating, trying to show how to climb the rating ladder. But I haven't started a speedrun series because I also see problem with the format. So in this video, I want to show you the pros and the cons of speedrun formats and why I decided to do something slightly different. So let's talk about the benefits first. Now, I'm not saying speedruns are just bad. Actually, there are some major benefits with these formats. For example, there is Chessbra's Habits series that really focuses on following basic habits to beat lower rated opponents. There are my wife's Alessia's speedrun series. In her latest one, she focused on chess being concrete, really driving home the point that you should look at concrete moves and not just play hope chess. And then there is what I believe is widely considered as the gold standard of speedrun series, which was by the late Daniel Naroditsky, focusing on opening ideas and not just opening theory and showing how it works against different ratings. And as I said, I do believe those are useful, but I myself have decided against starting such a speedrun series, and here is why. So problem number one I see with the speedrun series, and I do see that sometimes in the comment section as well, is that speedruns can create an illusion of if the creator can do it, you can do it too. But there is a main problem because the rating that you are seeing on screen is not the creator's rating. When someone is way stronger than their opponents, basically whatever they are trying to show looks easy. Because essentially it is playing chess on super easy mode for them, but for you it would be playing chess on very hard mode. That leads to a connected problem, which is you basically only see wins when you watch speedrun series, right? That's logical as well. Creators way stronger, starts maybe at 1,000 rating, well, obviously they win basically all their games. But that's far away from what you will experience if you're trying to implement these things in your games. Losing is just part of the game, and nearly everybody has a score right around 50%. If you already score 55%, you will continuously and steadily improve your game. You don't need the 90 to 95% scores that these speedruns are making to see improvement in your games. So basically, while you learn a lot from seeing them win, you never see how they actually react to losses and how they learn from them. Then problem number three is really something that is creator dependent. Speedrun as a format is kind of neutral, right? It can be positive, but it can also be negative. So while there are creators like Chessbra, Alessia, and Tanya that made speedruns nice and educational, there are a lot of creators that just show what they want to show in these speedruns. So be it showing that an opening is crushing everybody, or that a certain strategy, for example, one thing I saw is don't ever attack speedrun or things like that just don't make any sense, but because the creator is so much stronger than their opponents, they can push whatever they want. I could make a speedrun of push your h-pawn to h6 and would probably very easily reach 2000, even though pushing the h-pawn to h6 early in the game is just a stupid way of playing. And because I'm aware of human biases, I don't want to start a series with good intentions and slowly drive into just promoting whatever seems to fit my business at this moment. And as a last point, as Lichess is not allowing speedruns, it would basically force me to collaborate with chess.com because speedrun accounts are only allowed for partnered streamers, and I'm not interested in doing that. Now, before I want to share a little bit more about my ideas of playing games and explaining and, teaching you things by doing that, I want to share some ideas and also the origin of speedruns in different games. As I see it, speedruns are a little bit misused in chess because in other games where speedrunning comes from, it was used as a tool to make a game that has been beaten by a certain player more interesting by putting limits on yourself. So someone that was beating a certain game would say, okay, now I have to do it very quickly, which would increase the risk of failure and make it interesting again for both the player and the people watching it. But when we look at chess speedruns, that's not at all the case. If Hikaru was playing against lower rated players, there is no intrigue whatsoever. There is no risk whatsoever. He will just win those games. So if chess creators wanted to make speedruns as we know it from other games, the idea would be, for example, to make a speedrun where the creators always down a piece and seeing how far they can actually go by just, giving up a piece in the first few moves every single game. Or you could try out playing with 30 seconds against someone's 10 minutes, for example. All formats that have been tried, but if you look at the speedruns that get the most traction, I don't see that type of risk taking because, well, it means you lose. Sometimes you get negative comments, and it's just way easier to push whatever narrative you want to push if you win all the games and you're the clear favorite. So you might have seen my last two videos that were me playing Rapid on my official Lichess account. And as I've never played on Lichess Rapid before, I was starting on 1500, but I was kind of with the question mark, which means after having won 3 games, I'm already at 2100. So at some point, I will reach my normal level and continue playing against, strong opposition. And my goal is to really show the truth. So show, me losing some games, winning some games, struggling, because that's really what I believe gives you the most learning. I want to share my process of thinking. I want to share my method of analyzing games. And as you learn most by losing games, hopefully I will lose some games and can show you how I can learn from these losses. To make this interesting, now obviously, most people watching are not going to be 2500 Rapid on Lichess. To make this interesting, I will focus mostly on the process. So there are kind of 2 parts when we play chess. One part is how we approach the game. This is very similar for everybody. So when should you actually think, right? How quickly are you playing? What is the decision making going to be? When are you taking risk? When are you not taking risk, right? All of these things I want to focus on when sharing these videos. On the other hand, there is the knowledge and the calculation, and why I can share some knowledge and you can learn something from that. I want to be very clear when I do calculations that you can't do at home, because it's so much easier to watch someone, he calculates like that, but you will not be able to do it. So what I want to do is to share my game playing process and to make clear whenever I use calculation, because I need to, that will be above your level and what you could do instead. And then when I feel like playing lower rated players so I can show certain things that I find instructional, I can just use my usual Lichess account. Everybody will see how high rated I am. It will be completely transparent and I can play against someone 1200, 1300, 1400, whatever their level is, and basically have all the benefits of a common speedrun without having that little bit strange factor of having a artificially lower rating, maybe surprising your opponent with, skills and knowledge they don't expect, and also not giving that impression of winning every single game, because I won't play every game against a lower rated player. So if you're interested in seeing that, make sure to subscribe to the channel, put the bell on so you will be notified whenever I publish a video. Without exaggerated clickbait, it's not that easy to reach you, so make sure to check out the channel from time to time. I might have published without the algorithm telling you. So see ya in the next one.